In the quiet riverside village of Adagwu, where the air carried the sweet scent of rain-soaked hibiscus, lived a man named Ikin and his little daughter, Niru. Life had carved a deep path of solitude for Ikin. 3 years had passed since he lost his wife, Chamaka, during the very moment she brought their daughter into the world. In the years that followed, he poured all his love and energy into raising Niru, who was a bright and curious child, full of endless questions. Yet, in her quietest moments, she wore a silence so profound it was a mirror of her mother, a reflection that tugged at Ikni's heart with a gentle, persistent ache. One evening, as the dry harmattan wind whispered through the cracks of their home, a sound pierced the stillness and jolted Ikin from his light sleep. He sat up, straining to listen. It was a voice, faint but clear, drifting from Niru's room. It was her, humming a melody so soft and sweet it seemed to dance on the breeze itself. The tune rose and fell, a gentle, melodic whisper that wound its way into his soul. Ikni's heart began to pound against his ribs, a frantic rhythm of disbelief and wonder. He knew that melody. He had heard it before, but only once, a lifetime ago. It was the lullaby his wife Chamaka had sung to their newborn daughter, a song she had woven from her own heart. But Chamaka was gone. How could Niru, who was just a babe when her mother passed, possibly know the song? It was a secret melody, shared only between a mother and her child in the sacred quiet of the night. The next morning, as sunlight streamed into their small kitchen, Ikin watched Niru as she played with her food. He approached her gently, his voice soft, trying to mask the storm of questions raging within him. "Niru, my love," he began, "that beautiful song you were humming last night. Who taught you that song?" Niru looked up at him, her eyes still clouded with sleep. She rubbed them with the back of her small hand and mumbled, "I don't know, Papa. It just comes to me when I close my eyes. It feels warm, like someone is holding me tight." Ikni's breath caught in his throat. He managed a sad, gentle smile. "Maybe someone is," he whispered, more to himself than to her. He didn't want to frighten her with his own confusion, but the mystery of the lullaby settled deep within him, an unanswered question that echoed with every passing hour. He couldn't shake it. Days turned into a week, and then another. The routine became hauntingly familiar. Every night, without fail, the same thing would happen. The house would fall silent, the world outside would drift to sleep, and from Niru's room, the lullaby would begin. A low, gentle humming, the same notes, the same rhythm, a perfect echo of a memory that shouldn't exist. Ikin would lie awake, listening, his heart a tangled mess of sorrow, love, and a growing sense of awe. Was it a ghost? A memory passed down through blood and bone? He didn't know, but the song became a nightly visitor, a spectral presence that filled their home with a love he thought was lost forever. Then, one sun-drenched afternoon, while lost in the mundane task of cleaning out the old storage room, Ikni's hands brushed against something forgotten. Tucked away behind a dusty stack of blankets was an old wooden box, intricately carved, a wedding gift from Chamaka's father. His heart skipped a beat. He hadn't opened this box in years. With trembling fingers, he lifted the lid. Inside, nestled amongst dried flowers and old letters, lay a small, cheap cassette player and a single tape. A label, written in Chamaka's elegant script, read, "For Niru from Mama." His hands shook so violently he could barely hold the tape. He fumbled to insert it into the player, his breath held tight in his chest. He pressed play. A crackle of static filled the dusty air, a sound from a forgotten time. And then, a voice, Chamaka's voice, soft, warm, and as real as if she were standing right there beside him. "My darling baby," she said, her voice thick with emotion, "if you are ever old enough to hear this, it means I'm not there to sing you to sleep myself." Ikin choked back a sob, his knees growing weak. "But I want you to know," she continued, "that my love for you is everywhere. Every time the wind hums through the trees, every time the river whispers its secrets, that's me. That's me loving you." And then the tape clicked. The lullaby began to play. Her voice, singing the very same song that had haunted his nights, filled the room. It was her gift, her final act of love, a message in a bottle sent across the sea of time. Ikin finally let go. Tears streamed down his face, not of sorrow, but of overwhelming, gut-wrenching relief and love. Niru wasn't haunted by her mother's ghost. She was held by her mother's memory. That love, so powerful and pure, had never truly left them. That night, as the first stars began to sprinkle across the deep indigo sky, Ikin took Niru by the hand and led her outside. They sat together on the porch steps, the cool night air wrapping around them like a blanket. He took out the cassette player and pressed play. The familiar static crackled, followed by the sound of Chimaka's voice, and then the lullaby. Niru listened, her small face tilted upwards, her eyes wide with a profound, innocent wonder. A look of recognition slowly dawned on her face. "That's it," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "That's Mama's song." Ikin pulled her close, his tears falling freely now, but this time they were tears of joy. "Yes, my sweet girl," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "She made it just for you." Niru leaned her head against his shoulder, a perfect fit. After a moment of silence, she looked up at him and asked, "Can we sing it together, Papa?" And so they did. Under the vast, star-dusted African sky, two voices joined as one. One voice, deep and worn by grief, and the other, soft and new with life. Their song drifted into the night, a beautiful, fragile melody that blended with the humming of the wind and the whispering of the river. For the first time in 3 long, lonely years, the silence in their house was not filled with absence, but with music. For the first time, their small home, once a place of quiet sorrow, felt completely and truly whole again.